Hello everyone, this is Khairul Alam Shobus from All Math Matters. Welcome to my online math class. Hello students, welcome to my another new online class. So today I am going to discuss about a very important topics, that is permutation. And these topics is so important for both O and A level students. And in my lecture I'll try to discuss all possible problems from permutations. First of all, if you'd like to learn the permutation, first you need to learn factorial notations, okay? So because in permutation, in so many problems, we need to do the calculation by using the factorial notation. Okay, so first, what is the factorial notation? Okay, so first we'd like to learn factorial notation. Okay, factorial notation. Okay, so first of all, what is factorial? So factorial notation is usually denoted by this L-shaped sign, that means this sign, or you can use exclamatory sign. That means if you write n factorial, you may write like that, n factorial or n factorial. So if you use this sign, then you must use this after the number, and if you use this L-shaped sign, then you must use this before the number. So this is 2 factorial sign. Okay, now what is the factorial? Okay, so factorial means, suppose n factorial. So n factorial means the multiplication of first n natural numbers. Okay, so n factorial means n multiple, n negative 1 multiple, n negative 2 multiple, n negative 3 multiple, up to 3 multiple, 2 multiple, 1. That means from 1 to n, if you do the multiplication, the all numbers from 1 to n, then you will get n factorial. For example, if the question asks you what is the value of 5 factorial, so 5 factorial means 5 multiple, 4 multiple, 3 multiple, 2 multiple, 1, that is 120. Okay, so if the question asks you what is the 6 factorial, then it should be 6 multiple, 5 multiple, 4 multiple, 3 multiple, 2 multiple, 1, then it should be 720. That means you multiply the all numbers up to this given number, that means from 1 to 6. Here 6 factorial, we just multiply 1 to 6. For 5 factorial, we just multiply from 1 to 5. Okay, so this is the factorial. And in factorial you must know, so by definition, of the factorial, you must keep in mind, if you see that 0 factorial, it must be 1, and 1 factorial, that should be also 1. So keep in mind these two things when you do the factorial. So 0 factorial means 1 and 1 factorial also 1. Okay, so this is all about the factorial. Okay, so now I'll try to discuss the whole permutation by dividing only 3 parts. Okay, so first the arrangement. So when you do the sums from permutation, you first need to know the arrangement. That means how you can arrange the letters, how you can arrange the numbers in, and also how you can arrange some persons like that. Okay, okay, now we learn different types of arrangement. And this is so important in permutation. Okay, and I'll try to discuss this arrangement by giving some examples. Okay, number 1, for an example, if the question asks you how many way you can arrange 3 letter A, B and C. Okay, so how many way you can do this? So you can arrange this ABC like that, ABC, or ACB, or you can start with B, that is BCA, or BAC, or you can start this letter with C, that is CAB and CBA. Total 6. That means in 6 way you can arrange 3 letter, only 3 letter A, B, C. Keep in mind, factorial is so important in this chapter because knowing the factorials properly, it will be difficult to solve the problems. Okay, so look at only 3 letters, there are 6 arrangement. Okay, so if there is 4 letters, it will be more arrangement. So factorial, it will be so difficult to arrange these 4 letters, but if you know the formula, if you know the factorials, then you can find the number of arrangement quite easily. Suppose if the arrangement is A, B, C, D, then how many way you can arrange these 4 letters? So simply that is 4 factorial, that means 24. So you can find the value of factorial by using the scientific calculator also. Okay, so in your scientific calculator you can also see the factorial notation. So by typing number 4 and then factorial, then you can get the 24 quite easily. Okay, so look at only 4 letters, the number of arrangement is 24. If it is 5 letters A, B, C, D, E, then what will be the number of arrangement? That is 5 factorial, that means 120. So look at this, it is so difficult to show this all arrangement practically. Okay, so here only 3 letters, that is 6, that means 3 factorial. So 3 factorial. So if it is 4 letters, that is all, if all the letters are different, then you just use the factorial notation. If it is 6 letters, then you just use 6 factorial. If it is 7 letters, then you just use 7 factorial. Okay, so in that way you can arrange all the distinct letters. That means if the all letters are different, then you can easily find the number of arrangement of the letters. Okay, now I'll show an example, and in this example I'll try to solve some problems, and I think you will be more clear after watching these problems, and you can get all of your answers. It is better to make a question and then solve this question. Okay, so example 1. Okay, now I'll try to show an example. In this example I'll try to show how we can arrange the given word. Okay, so if you watch, so you just try to concentrate on this problem, then I think you can get all of your answer how you can arrange a word. And sometimes in your question there will be some conditions for arranging the word. So first, so in my example I'll try to cover all of your requirements. Okay, so first of all look at the problem. So example 1, find the arrangements of the letters in the word orange. Okay, so this is our given word, that is orange. So first we need to find the arrangement of the letters in the word orange. I think this is so simple because we already know that how we can arrange the word, that means how we can arrange the letter of the given word. And after that there are 2 conditions, and according to this condition we need to find the arrangement of this given word. So first condition is begin with the letter O. That means you need to arrange this word, but condition is you must start with letter O. And second condition, have the letter O at the one end and the letter E at the other end. So you can arrange this word keeping the letter O at one end and keeping the at the another end. Okay, now I'll try to solve this question. Okay, first, in how many ways you can arrange this word, that is orange. So first look at how many letters in this given word. So 1 2 3 4 5 6. So here total letters equal 6. And look at here, the all letters are distinct, that means all letters are different. So now it is so simple, how many way you can arrange this word. So according to our rules, that is number of arrangements that is 6 factorial, that is 720. That means you can use your calculator, or you can write the multiplication of 6 multiple 5 multiple 4 like that, then you will get 720. That means you can arrange this letter 720 way. Okay, so in 720 ways you can arrange this letter. So this is our first answer. Okay, so now look at number 1. Begin with the letter O. That means when we do the arrangement, we always try to start with the letter O. That means we just keep the letter O at the first. Okay, that means we don't need to use O for arrangement of the letter. So if you keep the word O at the first, then how many letters remaining? There are 5 letters remaining. So you can arrange these 5 letters in 5 factorials way. Okay, so that means 5 factorial means 120. That means number 1 answer is 120. That means in 120 ways you can arrange this word. So the condition is you first start this arrangement with the letter O. Okay, so number 2. So look at, in number 2 the question is you keep the letter O at the one end and E at the another end. Okay, so if you keep these 2 letters, then there are 4 letters remaining from this word. So there are 4 letters, that is R, A and N, G. Okay, so in 4 letters, how many way you can arrange this letter? That is 4 factorial. So keep in mind, the question is have the letter O at the one end and the letter E at the other end. Look at here, does not mention that O and E at the beginning at O and A at the end is E. It does not matter. So that means you can keep E at the first and O at the last. In that way you can also arrange this word by following this condition, because here O and E will be the 2 ends. Okay, so here also you can do this in 4 factorial way. So 4 factorial means 24, here also 24. So if you add these 2 numbers, then you will get 48. Okay, that means number 2 answer is 48. Okay, now I'll show another example by using the numbers. So that means how we can make different numbers from the given digits. Okay, now look at in another example. So in this example I'll try to show that how you can make the numbers from the given digits. Okay, that means how you can arrange the given digits. So now look at in example 2, the problem is find the number of different 4-digit numbers that can be formed using the digits 3, 5, 7 and 8 without repetition. Okay, that means you write the number like that 8, 8, 7, 7. That means in a 4 digits number you can repeat the same number. Okay, and after that, according to this condition, you can find the numbers 4 digits number, that is the even number, number 2 it's odd number, number 3 is greater than 800. Okay, so first, in how many numbers you can make from this given digits, 4 digits number. Okay, now look at here, the all digits are distinct, that means different. So how many digits here? There are 4 digits, so you can make 4 factorials numbers, 4 factorials 4 digits number by using this 4 digits. That means 4 factorial means 24. So the first answer is 24. Okay, that means you can make 24 numbers by using these 4 digits. So in number 1, the condition is even number. So now first look at how many even number in these 4 digits. So here only one even, that is 8. So that means you must keep this even number, that is 8, in the end of this 4 digits number, otherwise it cannot be even. So how many remaining digits? That is 3, 5 and 7. So in these 3 numbers you can rearrange in 3 factorial way. So that means 3 factorial 6. So that means you can make 6 even number from these given digits. So here keeping the 8 at the last place. Okay, now odd number. So here the important is odd number. So condition number 2. So odd number. So look at, there are 3 odd digits in this 4 digits, out of these 4 digits. Okay, so you can keep 3 at the last position, you can keep 5 at the last position, you can keep 7 at the last position. So if you keep 3 at the last position, it should be 3 factorial, because remaining digit is 3. Same for the 5, 3 factorial, 3 factorial. So 3 factorial means 6 equals 6 equals 6. So if you add this all numbers, then it will be 18. That means you can make 18 numbers from these given digits. So another way you can find the answer, because here the total arrangement is 24 and you already know that odd number is 6. You can subtract 6 from 24, then you will get also 18. Okay, so now look at it, number 3, condition number 3. The first digit must be 8 or more. Okay, so here the highest digit is 8, so you must keep the first place at 8. So how many digits remaining? That is 3. So you can make it 3 factorial, that is 6 way. That means you can make 6 numbers which will be greater than 8,000. Okay, so in that way you can easily solve any problems according to the questions, but keep in mind the rules and condition. Okay, so now I'll show more examples from the arrangements. Okay, now number 3, cyclic arrangement. So now if you would like to arrange the numbers or arrange a person, or if you'd like to sit beside a round table, so how you can do this arrangement? Okay, so you just keep in mind a simple formula, then you can find the answer quite easily. Okay, suppose there are n people or any students, let's say any person. So there are n people. So how many way these n people can sit beside a round table? Okay, so when the question asks you to find the arrangement in a cyclic order beside a round table or beside a circle, then what will be the formula? Okay, so it is so simple. So when you do this arrangement, you first keep one person at the, so you must consider a person at a fixed place. Okay, so you just take one person from n people, that means you just take one people from the n people at the fixed position, and then you can arrange the remaining people beside this round table. So this is the formula. So if you take the one people from this n people, then remaining is n minus 1 people. So the answer is n minus 1 factorial. That means in n minus 1 factorial way you can sit beside a round table. Okay, so that means, so if the question is there are 5 people, suppose there are 5 people, so if the question asks you that how many way 5 people can sit beside a round table, so simple, you just subtract 1 from 5, then just do the factorial. So it should be 4 factorial, so that means 24 way. That means 24 way you can sit beside a round table. Okay, I think if you can memorize this formula, it will be so easy. Okay, now I'll show more examples from these arrangements. So another cyclic example, so that means another cyclic arrangement, string a garland. So if someone would like to make a garland with some flowers, okay, so how you can do this? Okay, so look at, there are n flowers, okay, so if the question asks you that how many way you can string a garland from these n flowers, so you just keep in mind a formula, that is n minus 1 factorial over 2. So if there are 6 flowers, that is there are 6 flowers, so if the question asks you to how many way you can make or how many way you can string a garland from these 6 flowers, just use this formula, that is 6 minus 1 factorial over 2, that is 5 factorial over 2, that is 120 over 2, that is 60. That means you can make 60 garland from these 6 flowers, okay, 60 way. So here this 6 flower must be distinct flower, okay, otherwise it will be same. So this is another example from this cyclic arrangement, okay. Okay, now I'll show more example for arrangement, that is number 4. So that is vote casting. Suppose in an election there are some candidates and there are some voters. So if the question asks you to find the number of ways the voters can vote the candidates, okay, so here you just keep in mind a formula, then you can easily find the how the voters can vote the candidates. So the formula is number of candidates power number of voters. So suppose there are equal 3 and voters equal 5. So if the question is how many way 5 voters can select 3 candidates, or how many way 5 voters can vote 3 candidates, so it is so simple, that is 3 to the power 5, so that is 243. That means if you multiply 3 5 times, then it will be 243. I think this is so simple if you can memorize this formula. So another example of this, suppose letter posting. So suppose you have some letters and you'd like to post these letters in different post box, okay, so what is the formula? That is number of post box to the power number of letters, okay. So by using this formula you can easily find that how many way you can post the given letter. Suppose post box equal 5 and letters, number of letters equal 3. So if the question asks you to that 3 letters, how many way you can post 3 letters in 5 post box, so this is so, and this is so simple, there is 5 to the power 3, so that is 5 multiple 5, that is 125. That means in 125 way you can post these 3 letters, okay. So these are the all examples for arrangement. So if you practice these sums and if you can memorize these rules and formula, then I think you can solve any problems from this arrangement. So keep in mind, when you learn the permutation, you first learn the arrangements, otherwise it will be difficult to understand the permutation. And in some exams, from some problems will come from these arrangements, and this is so important. Okay, now I'll try to discuss the permutation. So this is our main part of this lecture. Okay, now come to the permutation. Okay, so what is the permutation? Actually, permutation means the arrangement. So but when the question will come from permutation, there you must need to know the formula from the permutation. So first we will learn the formula from this permutation. Okay, so what is the formula? What is the general formula for the permutation? So the general formula is, okay, so the rule is, the general rule for finding the number of permutations of R items from n distinct items. So here two important things. Suppose there are n items are given and all the items are distinct, that means different, and you need to make the permutation by taking R items from these n given items, from these n distinct items. The formula is NPR. So keep in mind, here P is the permutation. So in your scientific calculator you can see the formula of NPR. So the formula of NPR equal n factorial divided n negative R factorial. So this is the main formula for finding the permutation, or you can use your scientific calculator, then you can find the value of this NPR directly. Okay, so now you need to know some more formula for using this permutation. Okay, so number one, if the question is NPN, that means n factorial, so you just take n items from given n item, that means you just consider all the items. So according to our arrangement, that is n factorial. Okay, so number two, if the question asks you to take one items from n items, then how you can find this? That is, the formula is n, that means you can arrange one items from n given item, that is n ways. Okay, so if the question is number 3 NP0, that, so you must keep in mind this formula from this permutation. So here NP0 equal 1, and use this formula, then you can easily find this. Suppose if you use this formula, it becomes, how it is n factorial, look at NPN, here R is n, so that is n factorial divided n negative n factorial. So that is n factorial divided 0 factorial. So we already know that by definition of factorial, 0 factorial means 1, that means n factorial. So number 2, that is n factorial divided n minus 1 factorial. So we can write n factorial equal n multiple n minus 1 factorial. So here it is n minus 1 factorial. So if you cancel this, then it will be n. So look at the third formula, that is NP0, that is n factorial divided n minus 0 factorial. So look at, that is n factorial divided n factorial, it must be 1. So these are the formulas for permutations. Okay, you just keep in mind this formula. Okay, now I'll show some examples from permutation, that means how you can use the formula from permutation. So number 1, example number 1. Okay, so now look at the first example. Okay, so the question is, there are 8 competitors in a long jump competitions. So in how many different ways can the first, second and third prizes be awarded? So look at, there are 8 competitors. So in a long jump competitions, and you need to find 3 competitors from this 8, and you will give the first prize, second prize and the third prize. So how many way you can award these 8 competitors? Okay, so now we will learn by using the permutation formula. So this is the solution of this question. So first look at out of these 8 competitors, if you'd like to give the prize for the first position, so we know that the only one person can be first, okay, and that means you can select one person from 8 competitors, okay. So how many way? That is 8p1, that means 8 way, okay. So if you look at, then you will give the prize, that is second prize. So we already select the first prize, that is the first person. Now how many person remaining out of 8 competitors? That is 7%. So for the second prize you can give the prize in 7p1 way, that is 7. So now look at it, the third prize, okay. So we already select 2 competitors from the 8, so remaining is 6, that is 6p1, that is 6 way. So when you consider these whole things together, you just multiply these different ways. So the answer is total number of ways if you just do the multiplication, that is 8 multiple 7 multiple 6, then you will get 8 7s are 56 multiple 6, that is 336. So that means you can select 3 person for the first, second and third prize, 336 ways, okay. So practically it is so difficult to find the problem, so that's why it is so interesting, and you need to imagine and just use the formula, then you can get the number, that means the ways, okay. So if someone would like to do this practically, it will be so difficult for you, okay. So if it is small numbers, then you can solve this, but if it is a large number, so it will be so difficult to solve this problem in practically, okay. Now I'll show more example, okay. So now look at in the second example, okay. So everyone should try to concentrate on this example. So if you can understand the example, so you can solve any example like this, okay, and this is so important for your exam. So look at the second example. A 4 digits number is formed using the 4 of the 8 digits, that is there are 8 digits are given, 1 2 3 up to 8. Here so the condition is no digits can be used more than once. So find how many different 4 digits numbers can be formed if, so number A, that is the first condition, no restriction. Number B, that is the number is odd, and C, that is the number is greater than 6,000, okay. So according to these 3 conditions, so how you can solve these questions. And another condition is you can't use more than once, that means you can use these digits more than once, you can use only one times. So now I'll solve these problems, okay. So number A, no restrictions. So if there is no restrictions, so how many digits are given total? That is 8 digits, and how many digits you need to take? That is 4 digits, okay. Out of 8, that is you need to take 4. So it is so simple, that is 8p4. So here it should be 8 factorial divided 8 minus 4 factorial, or you can use your calculator and find the answer directly. So 8 factorial means 8 multiple 7 multiple 6 multiple 5 multiple 4 multiple 3 multiple 2 multiple 1, and here 8 minus 4, that is 4 factorial, that means 4 multiple 3 multiple 2 multiple 1. So now if you cancel this, that is you can cut this, okay. So the remaining is 8 multiple 7 multiple 6 multiple 5. So now if you do the multiplication, that is 5 6 are 30, and 7 multiple 30, that is 210. So if you multiply 8 and 210, then it should be 1680, okay. That means you can make 1680 numbers from this given 8 digits. That means you can make 1684 digits number from this given 8 digits if there is no restrictions. Okay, it's a huge amount. So now I'll solve number B. Okay, now look at in number B. So the number is odd, so the condition is you just take the numbers, but it should be odd number. So now look at, out of this 8 digits, how many are odd? 1, 3, 5 and 7. There are 4 odd numbers. That means when you take the digits, you must keep a odd numbers at the last position. Then you can keep 1, you can keep 3, you can keep 5, or you can keep 7. Okay, so now look at, you need to take 4 digits. So you already take 1 digit from this, so you need to take another 3 digits from the remaining 7 digits. Okay, so you can take 3 digits from the remaining 7 digits, that is 7p3 way. So look at, for the remaining 3 odd numbers, that will be same, 7p3, 7p3, 7p3. Okay, so you can multiply this, that is there are 4 7p3, so 4 multiple 7p3. So now if you do the calculation by using the calculator, or you can use the formula, then it will be 840. Okay, so that means in 840 ways you can make 4 digits odd numbers, or you can make 840 odd numbers from this given 8 digits. Okay, so now look at in section, now look at in number C. In number C, that is the number is greater than 6000. So look at, so keep in mind here the condition is the number 4 digits number should be greater than 6000. Now look at how many digits of this 8 digits are more or equal 6, that is 1, 2, 3. So there are 3 numbers which is equal to 6 or more. So when you make the numbers which is greater than 6 digits, must take the 6 at the first position, or you can take 7, or you can take 8 at the first position of the numbers. So you need to take 4 digits number, so you already take 1 number. So how many digits are remaining? There are 7 digits are remaining, so you can take another 3 digits from 7, that is 7p3. So for same for the next 2, that is 7p3, 7p3, 7p3. So there are 3 7p3, so you can just do the multiplication, 3 multiple 7p3. So if you use the calculator, then it should be 630. So that means you can make 630 numbers which is greater than 6000. So in that way you can solve any problems for the numbers. So if there are some digits are given and you just follow the conditions and follow the restriction of the given question and follow the formulas of the permutation, then you can easily solve any problems from the permutations. Okay, that's all about the permutations. So I had tried to discuss the all possible problems and formulas from permutations. So if you practice the whole things which you already was, so I believe that you can solve any problems from permutations. So class, thank you everyone for watching this full lecture.